I need giant robots because I don't know any other way to survive.
Come on, Bear. Come on, Bear. This is what you want to do right now, huh? You want to say hi to everybody? Okay.
He's like, no.
I've
He
been
wants
getting
to.
a shit ton of like lynx videos, like domesticated lynx,
Okay.
just coming across my Facebook feed, and let me tell you how bad I fucking want one now.
Well,
No, no,
Yes.
no.
all right. So
They're not
last
domesticated.
last time on Dragon Ball Z, we understood and came to know the fates of a few different individuals in the aftermath of the tower. Bear, stop, please. Thank you. We had a couple of former party members rejoin us from the docks, and effectively had our brief reunion and some beginnings of investigations into the occurrences that occurred with the tower and what next to do. We still have a couple open-ended items, one being there's the individuals of the Nomengard delegation who were dispatched or would meet with members of Leyland to bequeath unto them the Nomengard grenade to, rout the magical forces of Ebon Death's embodied dragon. And otherwise, the other pending item we have is the merchants that came from Netherwinter and or the regions near around requesting aid from Neverwinter to basically send a dispatch of vessels to seek aid for securing the high roads between Neverwinter and Leyland. Thank you, Bear. Okay, so now we find ourselves at the Umberhulk Shell Inn, having had our lavishly not so lavish evening of reunion. And now we need to effectively decide where we're going to go next, what we would like to do. We had sought the information of this wizard who showed up to kind of figure out what's going on inside of the tower, and they spoke of two individuals arriving in Neverwinter, likely the two individuals that left the party to travel in that direction. And yeah, so that's kind of where we find ourselves now. We have some magical intervention and looking into what's going on with Galileo, looking to get some aid and additional information and research about what's going on in the area with the dragons and all the other shit that I talked about before. So there's a lot of churn and turmoil and some additional, I guess, juicy rumor bits at the inn from our ever so grumpy bartender.
I believe when we last spoke, we had agreed that we're probably going to go seek the gnomes from Nomengard to
Yep.
acquire their mystical, magical dynamite in a box.
The mystical thermonuclear bomb.
And from what I remember, Junie, from what you said, we needed to send out a missive first to let them know that we were on the way, correct?
Right. Yeah, basically to notify them that you are in fact going to meet them so that they will travel to in fact meet you. They're not just going to wander out in the countryside carrying this glorious artifact of a grenade simply to hang around in the woods for a couple weeks waiting for you to show up.
Yeah, understandably. So a couple of questions.
Sure.
Which way is Nomengard? Since if I remember correctly, the initial plot of it was like we meet them halfway or something.
Right. So, Nomagard, if I zoom in a little bit here on the map, did it not update for you guys? No, it didn't update yet. Boop. There it goes. Nomagard is right over here. If I get my drawing implement, freehand, give me color. Nomagard is right over here. Oh, that's a shitty color.
Okay.
We're about to be like,
It's right over here. This is Nomagard.
Okay, so it's directly to the east, basically.
More or less,
look.
if you were to meet them halfway, you're probably gonna meet them somewhere over here-ish, like probably in the ravine area along the ridge of the mountain or something nearby there is what I would imagine.
Okay. How long is it going to take the missive to get to them?
Hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not really
Okay.
like it's a long-winded thing.
Okay. So we're
You got to
done
think
by-
like they're not really all that farther than like Fandalin is.
Right. Okay.
And if you're to dispatch an actual messenger, you have to assume they make pretty good time getting wherever they're gonna go.
Okay. Could we also just go to Nomengard and greet them there since it's so close?
Normally I would say yes. However, the gnomes are not necessarily the most welcoming of individuals to wanting you in their homes. So they're kind of
Okay.
like,
Fair enough.
it's like we like you.
Xenophobic little twat.
Yeah, we like you, but we need our bubble. We need our personal space.
Giants showing up on the walk through the town.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you'd be trying to crouch under everything everywhere all the time. You're just crawling through this place.
Ooh, like that one little dwarf town up in Kalusha?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tomra.
Tomra. That's it. It's been a bit.
Okay. So, if that's the case, then it'll take us like half a day to get to the proposed meeting spot, essentially.
Yeah, more or less. I would anticipate it's going to be like much longer than half of the day's travel to actually get to the area, depending upon timings of when you leave and when the message is sent. You may get there ahead of them or behind them. It's not really up in the air. So.
Okay.
So let's go.
Yeah, I would say let's just go ahead and we'll go to the council and get them to send word, and then we can give the runner a couple of hours of a head start and then go to the halfway point and just set up a camp there.
Very
So
well.
then that way we can kind of clear the area, and if it takes them until nightfall, then we're all set and we're ready to hunker down and sleep. And if it takes them until the next day, then we're fine and we've cleared the area for them, so we don't need to deal with that.
Fair enough.
Does that sound good to everyone else?
Sounds good to me.
That works for me.
As long as we get our fucking grenade.
Okay, cool. So you go to meet up with the council, and they are totally cool with your suggestion of meeting them halfway, sending the message and everything like the gnomes had mentioned that they could do. Send the information along with a designated spot to meet, which the council kind of agreed upon is an area that basically is like a stream in the area. That is probably a good spot to meet up. That is roughly halfway and probably decent enough to try to defend from the area should it be necessary, because you got to think these gnomes are carrying a magical artifact more or less of their own construction. So they want to make sure that security is defensible and or present in every step of the way. So, message is sent. So it's now been a couple hours since the messenger was on his way. I anticipate now you would like to gather together and begin to head out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so let me get back to my map. I will keep it on this map because we are already here. Get my selection marker to delete the stuff I don't need. Okay. So the agreed upon location is going to be right here, halfway between the two areas. The name of the area is actually known as Dumathoin's Gulch. And so you start out on your journey from Leyland, kind of making your way along with your pack animals on the lowlands until you get to kind of the edge of the mountains, where you then kind of begin to just skirt along and follow them, heading over to the gulch. And you arrive there, let's say a little past midday.
Okay.
So let me change.
Our wagon.
You can if you'd like to have the wagon with you, yeah.
That would probably make sense. We don't know how large this Nomengard grenade actually is, so...
That's fair point.
Ollie is going to spend the entire trip in the back of the wagon, very fervently writing on a bunch of like scraps of paper, like not necessarily in her journal, but just like sheets of loose paper, and she's just writing and writing and writing and writing like as fast as she can go.
Very well. The fanfic probably won't be ready in time, but she's fervently writing nonetheless, so. I heard the clack. All right, so okay, I got you. All right, so you arrive upon the area, or at least a little before the area. As you start to reach the gulch region, you hear in the distance the sound of flowing water, and you know that, oh, this is probably a location. And kind of looking around the area where you've been traveling prior, recognizing, wildlife scurrying away and everything else, as you get closer to this gulch region, you distinctly note that there is a very odd lack of active wildlife. You're probably, let's say, 5 miles away from your journey where you start to notice this.
Who notices? Just everybody, or?
As a collective group, you can tell that the familiar noises of bird calls and scurrying and other weird wild animal noises are now silent as you're getting closer to the gulch.
Well, that just means no more birds to shit on us on our journey, so I'm alright with that.
You didn't get out much, did you, Blackwind?
Get out! I spent most of my days on a ferry. Do you know how many times I've been up and down the Sword Coast, and I've been covered in bird shit just trying to make a buck?
Probably quite a bit. But
Exactly.
the point of the matter is that no bird shitting on you generally means that's not a good sign for whatever area you're in.
As he draws his blade and straps his shield to his left arm and sort of rides ahead of the group a little bit, kind of very obviously making himself a target.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself now that noticing the weird thing about no birds.
Very well.
In true distracted Holly fashion, she pipes in a few minutes later. No birds is a bad thing. Doesn't look up from her writing. Just keeps doing everything.
Did the council give us any interesting facets about the gulch that we were going to at all, Junie?
They gave you a little bit of an idea of the area. Basically, that the gulch, as it stands currently, is a former mine that the gnomes used, which had originally belonged to, gosh, I can't remember her name now. Sister Silver Granite. She was a priestess to Dumathoin, who is the god or deity of, let's see, safe passage of the afterworld and I believe mining.
Okay. So
Among
more like
among
a dwarven or Roman god.
among dwarves, right? Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So
He's like a dwarven Kelemvor.
yeah, that's fair. So effectively, it used to be a mine formerly, inhabited, and because of the stream above and the wearing of time, the mine was abandoned as it was effectively strip mined out, as you would expect.
That's gonna be
And
unsafe.
right, and the stream erosion eventually collapsed the mine. So everything effectively fell in, and now it's just a big open gulch of a chasm where all the material is slid in like a rock slide, and the water runs down the middle, more or less.
Okay. And there is a river there running through
Yes.
it.
Yes, there's a
Okay.
stream/river. It's maybe, I think, 10 feet deep.
Okay, and it's not like a fast-moving stream, then I take it.
Well, there are parts of it that are.
Okay, but it's generally a stream. Okay. Yeah. I will stay in between the caravan and I will, since I have my steed, I will telepathically communicate with my mount, and I'll ask them, what sense do you get from this? And the reason I'm asking them is because they are an animal and they're intelligent, so that at least they can communicate what they're saying more than just an empathic bad juju.
So your steed imparts the feeling of fear and danger into you, and kind of the desire to not want to press forward, but they will.
I will kind of pull back and poke my head in to the cart where Holly is riding. This is not very good. Even my steed, as brave as they are, does not want to continue forward. I don't like our odds here.
So as you guys are progressing, the party, the wagon and all, moving forward, you're getting a mile or so closer than where you first discovered this noise, or the lack of noise, I should say. Azzy, because you took the lead on the column, go ahead and give me a perception check, please. Because I assume that your perception is higher than your nature. Although I guess if your nature is your nature's higher. Okay, then give me a nature roll. Oh, I gotta go back to the chat window. There we go. All right, so you kind of inspect around the area as you're riding, trying to get a better feel for what may or may not be going on, and you notice that the general lack of animals is not that they're gone, but they appear to be dead. You start to notice, kind of hidden in small areas of brush and bushes, things that are now hanging on limbs of trees that you didn't quite notice before, that all of the wildlife as you're approaching have been slaughtered. Not in such a way that it appears that something has eaten them or feasted upon them, simply that they have just been eviscerated and left as they were standing.
I'll kind of hold my sword out to the side, letting everybody know to come to a halt. And I'll canter back over to Nokris. And I'll relay this information, pointing out what I've seen. And does it look like these animals put up a fight? Were they fleeing, or were they just,
I mean, if you're wild woodland creatures, like, squirrels and chipmunks and maybe a badger or something, generally you're going to run in the first place. And
Well, I'm sorry. I guess the question more is along the lines of not if they fought back, but are they out of place? If that makes sense. Did they try to flee, or were they just instantaneously like ripped apart?
they did attempt to flee. Yeah, they did
Okay.
attempt to flee.
I'll point this out to Nokris, and also that little fact. These creatures, the reason it's so quiet, everything's dead. And I'll point to the trees and the bushes. Looks like things were just straight eviscerated. Maybe for sport. Looks like they tried to flee their killers.
Was it done by tooth and claw, or was it done by blade?
Take a closer look.
So as you begin inspecting and get closer, you hear the panicked yelps of a halfling sprinting through the trees and the woods, running in fright, visibly looking as if they've been mangled a bit, kind of clawed at, scratched at, maybe even chomped at. And you find yourselves in a new area.
Loading screen. All this information about the animals, is this relayed to the rest of the group as well, or is this just like a conversation between the people taking point?
I would have tried to keep it kind of quiet just with you. I wouldn't have wanted to speak loudly under the assumption that we're always being watched. So I guess that really depends on where you are in the group. If you were close to Nokris, it probably would have been easy to overhear. Like, I wasn't like whispering, but neither was I attempting to make my voice carry, as is the norm for Azzy.
I wasn't
Yeah,
being boisterous.
I would assume that Black One's probably sitting somewhere in the wagon because she is like not in ownership of a horse or steed of some kind. So
Yeah, if you were in the wagon, you probably would have heard it because Knockers was in the process of talking to me,
Yeah.
and I'm in the wagon. So
okay, gotcha. All right, so in that case, once Black One understands that there's something really wrong, that's when she's like, okay, red flag time, and that's when she activates Mage Armor.
Okay. Alright. So, the panicked gnome, stumbling through the brush and the trees, makes their way and kind of stumbles, falling on the ground, kind of panting and kind of effectively being exhausted to the point of consciousness fading. So they're apparently blacking out from exhaustion at the moment. But as you can see, they are a gnomish male. They look like they're pretty beat up and disheveled, and that they've probably been running for quite a while. And in the distance, back from the direction that they came from, you hear kind of like not really hoof noises, but you hear like scratching or kind of like pulling at the ground as things are kind of making their way towards you.
Juan's already pissed off because everything in the area is dead, and she don't like that. So she's gonna kind of. We have a cover on the wagon, don't we?
Mhm.
Fully kitted out, I think. She's gonna kind of like come out the back of the wagon, but like stand up and peer over the top of the wagon at this stupid fucking halfling.
You ain't tall enough for that.
I got claws. I can climb. Fuck you. So I peer over the wagon and I look at this halfling and I yell at him and I go, "What did you do?"
Their words are mostly incoherent as they are kind of fading in and out of consciousness, basically just going ah.
As they're not able to answer, I will nudge Scylla to canter up to them so I can get a better look at them. To determine.
As you're cantering towards him, as he's gonna go to the other side of him, so in between him and whatever is undoubtedly chasing him, but he dismounts before he does so and slaps his horse in the ass.
I will step down off my horse once I'm here, and I
Mhm.
will do a medicine check because I do want to see
Okay.
if they've lost a lot of blood or not,
Very
or
well.
if they're just exhausted.
I'm gonna stay on my horse, but move a bit closer to them in case anything needs to
Leaving.
be done.
So your highly trained medicinal skills can tell you that they appear to just be passing out, but they do look pretty scratched up. So who knows? Like maybe there's blood loss, maybe they're just really tired.
Okay.
I don't know.
I will put them up on Scylla so that they're kind of draped over the saddle because they can't really sit, and I'm pretty sure they're close to blacking out, as you said. And I will give them a telepathic command to take the gnome or halfling, the pint-sized person, back to the cart and to let them slide into the back.
So as your steed is now moving to do as you commanded, you hear the noises getting closer and closer.
I drop
As
my
he
blade.
readies himself.
I hop off my horse and send it towards the cart.
I wrinkle my nose as this thing flops in the back of my fucking cart. Not because you don't know where this has been.
You're right. It's still alive.
And as you are kind of surveying the approach, some figures make their presence visible,
Bum, bum, bum.
traveling quickly on all fours. You recognize the sight of what appears to be a slightly larger than normal boar. And we go fight.
Little fight.
Okie dokie then.
Oh, this is going to be tough to do with multiple tabs. Let me drag this over here.
Good roll, Knocker.
I'll have to click between tokens, and I forgot about that.
Oh, by the way, Mr. DM-san, Blackwind's range of vision is 120 feet, bare minimum, through magical and regular darkness. So,
Okay.
just a heads up.
No
Oh
problem.
yeah, that invocation.
Yes.
I have to update the token then. It's not a problem.
I was just like, wait, why can't I see what's going on? I should be able to see that.
Okay.
Stuff
1,
that will be obscured by trees.
2.
Oh yeah.
Superman X-ray vision through the trees.
That's an invocation.
It is, but unfortunately yours, I think yours allows you to get like water type stuff vision for that mostly. Because deep sea is dark.
No,
Right.
she's the other one, aren't you?
No,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
my
it's the old ones.
mechanically my patron is undying, so
Oh, right, that's right.
I just don't die.
She's of the water. So it makes sense to not die.
Well, also, I mean, I would have picked the Fathomless if like we were allowed to use Tasha's, but we're not. So
Not this round, no.
nope.
I realized a couple of those didn't roll the tiebreaker, and I figured out that my mod or my add-in had removed the toggle that I had set on it, so I just had to update it. So some of them will have non-decimal numbers, which will be okay.
The decimal afterwards, that's
It's your stat It's basically
The
based off of your
dexterity.
dex stat. Yeah, as a tiebreaker. So it just takes the raw stat, whatever it is, not the modifier.
Argo is elf.
Argo's got the same dex as her intelligence.
So where's your dump stat? Constitution?
Strength.
Ah,
Sternk.
true.
She's not very strong.
Dump stat is Sternk.
Dunk's not strong.
Save. Is that
Whoa!
is that better for
Yes,
your vision
it
now?
is.
I watched it on the stream view where it was just like
Holy shit. Damn. Alright, I gotta
so-
like screen cap this.
All right, so these 6 figures appear to be larger than normal bears currently traveling on all fours, but seeing you now effectively being between their prey, they kind of halt or come to an abrupt stop in chase and now stand upright, bipedal.
Bears or boars?
Boars.
Boars.
Now
That's
now
somehow worse.
clutching weapons in their hands. So you have to assume that these particular boars maybe possess a property to change shape.
I have something
Perhaps.
special I can do that. Fuck them.
All right, well. So this particular boar over here sees that you have his prey, and he stops and says, "Give us the halfling, and we'll leave you to continue the rest of your travels."
Wait, the fucking pig talked?
Yeah, they're wereboars.
It's a
My
giant
leg
boar
did
on
surprise
two
me
legs.
in that it had a weapon. It's the fact that it's talking that surprised
Okay, I
me.
didn't catch all the other parts. All I heard was blah 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 blah, big ass pig, blah 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 blah. blah.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
basically, you're currently in the presence of about a half dozen wereboars. So
And you're all-
bear pig men,
All right.
6 bear pig men with weapons.
Oh, is it not a man bear pig?
I mean, it could be both. They're wereboars, so I mean, it's a matter of order. And I assume by the general lack of a response that no one is interested in giving up the halfling.
As he
Um,
kind of beats his sword against his shield. Come and get him!
Okay. He lets out a
Double
snarl
birds.
and proceeds to approach. And so he comes at Azzy with his ugly looking maul. The big gnarly, brutish, like kind of club. It's made out of like a stump, not actually like a normally fashioned maul, because you know these particular wereboars are very, very down to earth. They're above construction.
Yes.
So he swings at you fervently with this stump and hits the dirt with a mighty force. And
I'm gonna riposte.
And so ends his turn. However, you're going to riposte him. Go
Yep.
right ahead.
I'm sorry, I have to remember it's a D8 or it's a D10.
Fiver.
14 hit?
A 14. Armor class. Yes, it hits.
Okay, so that's 5 plus 5 slashing damage. So 10 damage total.
Okay.
As the slash connects, I kind of spit on them and go, pig!
Oh. Surprised you didn't call him bacon.
Okay.
Not worthy to be bacon.
I call piglets bacon seeds.
That's a good one actually.
Very true.
One day they
Call.
will sprout and grow into a full bacon.
I just call them making bacon.
Will
Pancakes.
sprout and grow.
Alright, so seeing the current turnout with the first one that came through, the next one is going to also move forward into the fray, and will also be attacking Azzy. This time they are going to attack twice, and will swing their mighty hammer / maul of a stump, and will attempt to gore at you with his mighty tusks. So the first attempt with the maul is a 19. Which,
It's not good enough, sir.
no, it's got to be, what, a 20?
2?
22? Yeah, I couldn't remember how high you had it padded. Alright, so that is a miss, and then they will follow up with the tusks, which are a miss. And they just kind of grunt and snarl loudly in defiance. Next up is Nokris.
Okay. I will move up here. And then I will attack the one that is right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And see how that goes first. 16 to hit.
Is that it?
Okay. They take 11 points of slashing damage so far.
Okay.
Then my next hit is a 26 to hit.
Still a hit.
And I will burn a spell slot in this one. I will do it at 4th level for Divine Smite.
Okay.
Would be this amount. Do apologize. It's been a while since I've had to smite something.
Understood. We did have like 1 week of session where there wasn't really any dice rolling in combat as much, as far as the melee side at least. A lot of spell casting.
Oh yes, because this caps out at 4th with the old PHB rules. Okay. So they take an additional 24 points of radiant damage on top of the 12 slashing.
Okay.
And then I am also going to burn 2 of my sorcery points.
Mhm.
I just gotta find it so I can mark them off. Where are they? Paladin, blah blah blah. Sorcery. Oh, they have it as a.
Should have tick marks somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I thought they did.
correctly.
It looks like they changed it to minus system, much like Lay on Hands works. I'm going to use it to quicken a spell, and I am going to cast a 5th level Wall of Fire, and I am going to do it as a 20-foot diameter around these 4, which I think I can get all of them.
Oh. 20-foot diameter around the 4 in the back.
Yes.
Yeah, let me just make sure I can space this out so it works.
Mm-hmm.
Draw a shape.
Wait, 20-foot diameter ring?
Mm-hmm.
Around the 4 in the back? Because top to bottom vertically, they've got 25 feet of space.
It is a 20. It's a 20 feet in diameter and 20 feet high and 1 foot thick.
So it would probably just barely touch the other guy.
If they're in it, they just get hurt. It's not the wall's fault they're there.
Come on, shape, be good to me. Hold the alt for a circle. Yeah, that's what I did. But you didn't. You screwed me. You didn't work. There it goes. Okay, so 20-foot diameter. Gonna be like that.
I think I can get all of them if I center it on the central one. I think.
Like that, more or less.
Yes. Okay. So, and I'm going to have the heat radiate inward. Yeah. So the two, that are immediately in the wall itself, I believe, need to make a dexterity save.
Let's see if they be nimble or quick. Both are a fail.
Okay, so they will take 37 points of fire damage, and then I'm just going to display this on it. It's not gonna let me do it without rolling, unfortunately, it looks like. So, or no, there we go. So each creature within its area, so these guys within the actual wall make a dexterity saving throw, and then they take 5d8 fire damage. Or half as much on it. It was 68 just due to me casting it higher. And then on the, or half as much on one side of the wall selected by you when you cast spell deals 5d8 fire damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or inside the wall. It also takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage.
Okay.
So basically, they now have a choice. They're going to have to walk through the wall, but either way, they're going to take damage on their first turn.
Gotcha. So basically, the ones at the perimeter failed. This one failed right here, and then this one passed in the middle.
Okay.
So the outer three took full damage, the inner one took half.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
And then
that is concentration up to a minute.
Okay. And then for their ability to leave, they have to simply do the dex save when they begin or when they end their turn.
When they have to move through the wall to get out. And the wall is 1 foot thick, so there's nothing really preventing them from moving. It's just they actually have to move through the wall itself.
Okay. But if they stay within the radius of the wall, they continue to take the damage at each turn, I would
Correct,
imagine.
because of how I have the side of the wall burning on them from all sides.
Right. Okay.
So either way, I'm forcing them to take damage for at least one turn, and then they have to move out. Whether or not they choose to move towards me or not is the real question.
Right.
And if they succeed.
Okay. So we have them in a burning ring of fire.
I can't do Johnny Cash.
Me neither. That's why I was just like, I'm just going to let that one go. I'll make the reference.
Down, down, down.
Down, down, the ring of fire.
Oh, goodness. All right, farewell. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. Argo, you are up. Show us what these many weeks of additional training have taught you.
I cast haste on Azzy.
Oh, okay. Very well.
Move over here a bit towards the halfling and end my turn.
Because he totally needed 2 more bonus AC.
He also does get to
And the
choose
extra action.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
mostly for the action, but I think...
Yeah. The tin can needed to be made of adamantium now.
Right, exactly. Unobtainium. So,
Can you imagine Zen getting hasted though, with all the damage he already did, and then getting an extra attack?
exactly. You're gonna make Knight spit out his graham crackers. Like, just calm yourselves.
Pew pew pew.
Now he's choking on it. Congratulations,
a little
you're
bit.
killing him.
Yes.
You're doing John's job for him.
What's
That'll be
See,
for my
didn't
turn.
even have to roll for AC.
What is even more funny about that is that these things have such a low AC that I'd be able to take Great Weapon Master on each attack for that plus 10 for a minimum of 12 damage to a hit for 6 hits. That's 72 damage bare minimum.
All right, well,
5e, that is very respectable.
Holly, it is your turn.
I am going to rage because all these little animals are dead. And now I'm pissed off because there's walking, talking bacon trying to split our skulls open. And then
quill
I'm
board.
going to move my full 30 feet. Wait, do I have 30 feet? Wait, 40 feet.
Because you're
I'm going to move here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to take some shots at this person to my left.
She doesn't have 30 feet. She has furry feet.
I have 40 feet. Oh, furry feet. I see what you did there.
It is a hit. So that's what, 14 plus 3, 17?
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
So you did not land that strike.
yep.
Shocker.
Yep. I'm just going to hang out here.
Very well. Blackwind, you are up.
No, I cannot see through the wall of fire. But,
Don't peg.
fuck it doesn't matter. Warlocks don't give a shit. So, we're just going to cast Crown of Stars.
Wow. That was a good roll to hit.
Yes. So, this assumes that, yes, I'm going to immediately fling one of those stars, and I will. I'm going to fire it at the one here. So that was my action with the cast, and then bonus action to actually fire it.
To sling it, okay. And you're
Yep.
launching it at this one in between Holly and Nokris.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see, 17 plus the crit is 36, or 17. No, I think 36 is the crit, right?
Yes.
36 is the crit.
Yeah,
Is
so
the double dice. So-
53. Just want to make sure I had my math right on that.
Yes. That is 8d12 worth of, what is this, radiant damage?
Yep.
It's radiant.
Yee. It's wonderful. No, I don't want to roll it. I want to display it.
So they are now a radiant hole in the ground.
See? Told you I was useful. And I now have how many more motes of stars hanging around my head?
Geez, I don't know what level that was.
6.
Yeah, it's
And
automatically
6 remaining.
cast at the highest level that she can cast, because
Well-
Warlock.
Crown of Stars is also a 7th level spell, so this is one of my Mystic Arcanum.
Yeah.
So this doesn't even take a spell slot. I just cast it once per day for free.
hmm
Yeah.
You can tell this is going to be a good character for you because that's your first combat roll with Blackwind.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Crit.
A lot
Alright.
different than the old Holly was.
So, yeah, and then I end my turn.
All right.
Do your worst, Bacon.
All right, so then it's going to be this fiery bacon over here's turn, and they're going to attempt to flee from the fiery bacon circle of hell. And they will do their dex save, I think, to evade, to leave the circle. Is that correct?
Yes, because they do have to technically pass through.
Pass through it, even though they're in it to win it. Wall's opaque. When the wall appears, each creature within it must
Maybe
make
not.
a dex save. On a failed save, creature takes fire damage. Half as much damage. One side of the wall is selected by you will cast the spell, deals the damage. The creature that ends its turn
Yeah,
within 10
like it
feet
just
of that
ends.
side of the wall.
Yeah, so I think you're good. because you moved out.
Creature takes same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. The other side deals some damage. Okay, so they basically break
Yeah,
free.
I think the ones on the edge of the wall are fine. I think it's the ones that are actually inside.
Because they have to go through
They actually have to go through it.
the bad side.
Yeah, they have to actually go through the bad side.
They have to go through the danger side. All right, so having left the radius of the fire and regaining themselves for a moment, they're going to attempt to start making their direction back, but will only be able to make it thus far, ending their turn in a odd bout of weird boorish anger. And so another boar will attempt to leave the circles of hell, successfully making it to the other side and seeing where they're able to move again. They make it thus far. And they too decide that they are not going to be able to do much more for their turn. However, they are going to change to the full boar shape. Yes, I said full boar. We have another cat in the realm here. Alright, so full bore mode, innate and disengaged. Okay. I will move now to Azzy's turn. I'm going to mark a little status symbol here for full bore. Blue for boar.
Okay.
I'm gonna move there.
Yep, okay.
That should give me advantage.
It does, because you're flanking. Is a hit?
Still standing?
Yep. Yeah, that one hasn't taken much at all.
Another 7.
Still standing.
And another 8.
Okay.
For a total of 22. I get 3 attacks to a turn. How does haste work? I just get 1 more attack?
It's
Is
a
that
single weapon attack or one of the other options.
Yeah, specifically just one weapon attack, so you don't get another attack action.
So if you want to
That's
swing,
so
if you want to swing your sword as another attack, you can do that. But if you want to like do something not swinging your sword, then nah.
You can be stealthy and try and hide.
And this thing's in its humanoid form at this point?
Yeah, the one in front of you is in its hybrid form, which is to say that it is somewhere between man bear pig and pig bear man.
Well, it's
most
dangerous.
Alright. Let's see here. What can I do? Alright, so I'm going to make 1 more attack.
Okay.
But this one's going to be a menacing attack.
Okay.
So, let me go ahead. I'll roll the d10 first. Jesus, I hate that. Oh, fucking sweet. Okay, so that's that, and the attack. For 12 plus 8, so 5 damage. Plus 10, so 15 more damage. And I need a wisdom save of DC 16.
Hey! It actually rolled a 16.
Son of a bitch, of course it did. Monsters, all of you.
But the total damage you said was 18?
15.
15. Gotcha.
Yeah, 10 plus 5.
10 plus 5. I didn't know. You started throwing other numbers in there. That's why I was confused. But alright, so
My bad.
15. Okay.
So I think total there I did 37 points of damage. Boom, 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 boom! Now we're making bacon.
Okay.
I'll see myself out.
It is now the ringleader, Boris' turn. And they are going to attempt to break free because they saw 2 of their friends run through it. So they figure, hey, this is going to work for me, right? And then they go to run through, so that's 5, 10. And then they roll their dex save because they had to run through the bad side of the wall. And they failed. So, let's see, the roll before was 34 damage.
37.
Oh, plus 3, yeah.
Goes my fire elemental affinity.
So 37 damage. So let me just mark that.
Mhm.
Okay, they're a little singed, but they are going to attempt to see if they can club Holly with a stump.
Bitch.
And they definitely did not hit. So there is a divot, about yay size in the ground off to your left, thus ending its turn. It is now the last fiery remnant's turn, and they are going to follow suit with their ringleader. 5, 6, and we'll make it to under the tree, attempting to flee from the flames, and they take all the damage and basically run on fire like a mad person, screaming in pain until they collapse in a heap underneath this tree.
As he yells to Narcris, "Do you like your bacon in chunks or in strips?"
I like it charred and in tiny slivers.
I don't know. I think I'm a strip person and not a chunk person, but I guess it kind of depends. So,
I like it thick cut, just saying.
Well, that's okay. Thick cut is fine, but chunks are a little different than sliced. So, all right. So this particular werebore here is going to attempt to attack Azzy, having received quite a bit of a thrashing. They are going to attempt to swing with their club and gore with the tusks. The attempt to swing with the club is a horrible miss. They basically drop it.
I'm gonna go ahead and riposte.
Okay.
I ain't got nobody to protect right now, so
It's fair. It's a fair point.
There's my thing. For reactions, I still acquire advantage, even though I'm reacting?
I don't believe so. I don't think it counts in that roll. Simply
Okay.
because, like flanking, for example, wouldn't count in the reaction roll.
Okay. Why didn't that work? Oh, it did. There we go. Okay,
So
so
17
they
is a
take-
hit. 9 plus 4, 13.
13.
Okay.
Making a fool out of this fucking thing.
All right, and then it's tusks. Roll tusks is a miss. Shocker. I don't think they're capable of rolling a 24. Let me see what the math is on this hit die. Oh no, plus 5. They could get it.
With a 19.
They could reach it. It's just very not likely. All right.
You have a 5%. You have a 10% chance to hit me.
Yeah,
Alright.
but that last 5% is just a crit on you.
All right, Nokris, you're up.
Alright. I will drop my concentration so the cylinder of fire will disappear. I mostly used that to save what was left of the forest. If I used fireball, it would have been very bad.
Could have been fine.
Fireball lights things on fire as well. Fire doesn't. I'm going to move up here. And then as a bonus action, I will cast Searing Smite at 3rd level.
Hot.
And I do that, and then I will roll to attack. See if I hit first. 13 to hit.
You are a winner.
Okay. So 14 points of slashing damage, and then Searing Smite kicks in, which I cast at 3rd level. So it takes an additional 12 points, so 15 points of damage.
And it failed the save.
Okay. So that means then it is now on fire.
Awesome.
Yep. At the start of each turn, you get a save, and it's a Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, it takes the fire damage again.
So basically, if I succeed, it extinguishes, like I'm no longer burning.
Correct.
Okay. Alright, so... Ouch! I'm on fire! Ah! Help me! Ah!
Oh, okay. I can still move after one attack, correct? If I remember right?
Still move, yes, but I don't think you can take any of your other pending actions after the move. Because if you still have movement points left, you can move, attack, and then move, but you can't split attack actions across movements.
Okay. So
Maybe.
I would basically... Okay, so once I attack, my sword swings, they're kind of there.
I think so, but it looks like Harper's going to double check that.
I'll double check it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big
about
deal
to
right
say,
this moment.
We've done it before, so I don't...
Yeah.
I will just move to here then. Because I should have that movement still.
Yeah.
It was here. Then that was 5, 10,
5,
15,
10,
20,
15.
25.
It would be 20, yeah, 15, then 20, 25. You can get there and still have 5 feet left.
And then I'll...
I lost whatever the last part of your saying was.
I will end my turn
End your turn there. Okay.
Yes, sorry.
That's okay. Your mic just ate your words. This is all that happened there. Alright, Argo, you're up.
I'm going to send the Scorching Ray out. One ray going towards the person in between Azzy and Holly, and then the other 2 towards the one in front of Marcus.
Okay, so pew, pew, pew.
5 damage on the one between Holly and Azzy.
Okay, so confirmed that you can take the second attack action after the second bout of movement. Okay.
Not a big deal.
Alright, so first one was going to the one between the two. 18 is a hit.
Yep.
For 10 fire. Duly noted. Okay, and then the next one at the one by Nocris is a
Wait.
hit.
So she's already rolled, or he's already rolled 3 times. It was a 20, an 18,
Sorry,
and 11.
Yeah, sorry, 5. Yep, 5. I just looked at the wrong damage number. And this is 10 and 5 is 15 because they both hit. So, okay, we are good. And is that the end of your turn?
I'll move there and end it, yeah.
Okay. Holly, you are up.
I'm gonna swing my axe at this dude.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit. +3 is 7.
Still standing?
Another hit. 10 damage. Still standing.
Okay, that's all I got. I stay here.
Okay. Keeping that flank on. Alright, Blackwind, you're up.
As the wind kind of kicks up a little bit underneath Blackwind, you see she starts to slowly rise up into the air, and her feet are kind of dangling beneath her as she has her hands out to the side now. She casts Levitate as her action, because she can do it at will.
Okay.
And I will display that for reference.
She's
Just a moment.
Levitato.
Yep. Is it rolling for Levitate? Please no. Okay.
No, it's just a spell card.
20 feet in the air. So, but using one of my stars from my Crown of Stars is a bonus action. So I'm going to shoot at that one over there.
Okay. The full bore.
How do I do a random spell? Oh, spell attack. So this spell attack will not include the +2 from my Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Okay.
So it's a grand total of +12.
So
Not that
it
I
should-
really needed it, but
So it should be 2 more for 31.
yes.
Okay.
And then I will grab the dice damage off of that.
For
That would be the damage.
32 damage. Alright, so.
Yep.
Still alive. Still full bore.
Fucking bastard. Alright, Blacken will end her turn.
Alright, it is now this guy's turn over here, and he is not having a good time, but he's going to fight back at Nokris with all he's got. He's going to give him the stump, try to give him the tusks. So, starts with the tree trunk of a stump. Doesn't hit for shit. And my camera fucking defocused and it's not refocusing. What the fuck?
Even your camera understood. There were one too many tree references in here.
Sorry, it just looks like it doesn't want to focus on me ever again now. That's fine. I'll just live here now. So it misses with the tree trunk of a stump and then tries to gore you with the tusks and also misses in a more elaborate fashion than they missed with the stump.
Good. I didn't want to be gored.
Good gourd.
Hmm.
Oh, there it goes. All right. Now it is to the full bore's turn. They are going to do a little chargey poo in a straight line fashion towards Azzy. And takes and hits with the tusks. So we tried that. Okay, so here's my tusk attack. 22. God damn it. Didn't hit. But he tried really hard.
Yeah, he got close.
He bounces off of your shield. So the effect of the charge doesn't actually add anything interesting at all to that because it would have been bonus damage if it actually hit, but nothing did. So the boar effectively is now all up in your grill doing his squealy moves, being, a boar. He's now fresh bacon in your face. And it is your turn.
Right. We're gonna go ahead and make an attack up north. I believe this one has advantage.
Yes.
13.
Is a hit.
5.
Okay.
Still there?
Yep.
Damn. Boom. Once more with feeling.
Is a hit.
4.
Yep.
Hey, wait a minute. I don't think I have. No, I don't have a critical thing. Okay, still standing. Yep. Sorry. And 21 for 5 more. Still there.
Still there.
All right. I'm going. I'm going to quickly switch focus to the full bore and make a 4th attack. This one again will be menacing.
Okay.
So roll my d10 real quick. Boom. So +3 to the damage. This is a normal attack. So
Yep.
23. So takes 12, and I need a DC 16 for wisdom.
Nope. Fails.
They are now feared of me.
Okay. They are still standing, but are very scared.
Yes. Just when you hit an opponent with attack. On failure, it is frightened of you until the end of your next turn. So, as a bonus action, this is kind of fucked up. I'm going to Shieldmaster Shove, the one to my north, trying to bring it down to the ground.
Okay.
So that's a strength. Those are saving throws. It's a strength check, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe I get advantage on anything like that, just because it's a check against
No,
them.
yeah, it should just be a straight strength check.
Cool. If they beat a 20, they are still standing.
They are on the ground.
Boom, bitch!
Where's the grandpa one? Here we go.
I mean, you might as well not. It's their turn next.
Yeah, I mean, but like, but now they're hunched over and they're, oh, my back, kind of icon is on them. So, all right, so your turn is now over, and their turn is now present. They use their move action to stand back up.
That was kind
my
of just
back.
a spit in the face.
Bad idea, homie.
Decision.
And then he's gonna be as mad as he can possibly muster and try to hit you with his tree stump twice. So the first stump attempt is a miss because you are far too nimble and far too quick to get hit by the size of that stick.
That was good.
Because the second one is also a miss. And so now he is just frustrated and or angry.
All right, so this is my last superiority dice.
Okay. You're gonna do another post. Yep.
Yep.
Is a hit.
For 17 more damage.
Yep. So. Okay. Still there.
God damn. Give them credit where credit's due. They can take a fucking beating.
They're getting down there finally, but they're still there. And it is now Nokris's turn.
I will deal with the threat that is currently in front of me. Let's see how this goes. 23 to hit.
Yes, that is a hit.
Okay, so 10 points of slashing.
Yep.
And then I will roll once more. 13 to hit.
Is a hit.
And another 13 points of slashing.
Yep.
That will be it.
Very well. Argo, you're up.
I'm just gonna go with a simple Ray of Frost at the one in between Azzy and Holly, because it's being annoying being alive.
Give him the cold. Alright, 24 for a spell hit is a success for 10 points of cold. They are still there. However, they are very chilled.
And I'll end my turn.
Holly, you are up.
Please kill it.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna swing my axe a couple of times, even more angry. And I'm gonna yell at it, "Why won't you die?"
Is a hit for, let's see, 8 plus 3, 11. Is enough.
Bless you.
Isn't no,
Fucking
as a cough.
really?
As a cough. Is enough to topple the beast.
Thank you.
You bitch! You stole my kill. Do you know how much I put into that?
Yeah, it was an easy kill steal. I don't know what to tell you.
Revenge for all the ones you stole.
Because he totally hasn't done that to me at all,
Never.
ever, in
Never.
any of these campaigns.
Forever,
Yeah.
ever.
Ever.
I've only ever been on your side.
She's not on your side now.
Should have heard the way she was talking to me earlier.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he's talking about.
All right, so you
so
still
we-
have
we
one
did-
attack.
We did dictate that we can move and then
Yes.
attack again. Okay.
You are good to go.
Then I'm going to see, that Azzy probably has this handled down here. And not that I don't trust Nokris, but I'm going to go up there. I'm going to help Nokris.
Okay.
Because that's 5, 10, yeah.
It's
Well, that's
okay
well
to
within
just
my
say
40
that you
feet.
hate me.
Am I able to make it up there, John? Okay. Yep, then I'll just, I'll take another swing at this one.
18 is a hit for 13.
Cool.
Still standing, though.
That's fine. That's all I got, though.
Okay. Blackwind, you are up.
She goes 20 feet higher into the air. Now hovering 40 feet. Kind of a quick glide with her cloak billowing out, and she's gonna fling another star at. Oh right, you guys can't see where I'm pointing on my screen.
No, we can't.
Okay, full bore.
Yeah.
Stars on full bore. Okay.
Okay, time to actually roll. So spell attack. Did that? No, it didn't. Okay, I've actually got to click the little die icon. There it is.
Guess what? It's a hit.
Yeah, having a plus 12 is fantastic. All right, now damage. Hello, damage. Oh,
So the star is more of a glancing blow on the full bore, as it is, smaller and maybe more nimble than a man-bear pig. However, it is still enough to leave a radiant crater where their body once stood. Is this where we supposedly say Elune be praised? I don't know. I kind of...
no. These aren't those kind of stars. These are more like Blackwind flinging her hopes and dreams at people.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's emo like that. Anyways, next person.
All right. The final man-bear pig is going to attempt to attack Nokris with his stumpy tree and his tusks. So the tree is a swing and a hit for 11 bludgeoning. What a hit. And then the tusks is a miss. At least one of them hit someone for something.
I was gonna say they are the MVP
Right.
of their band.
Exactly. All right, Azzy, you are up. Your full bore was nuked from orbit, so you got some distance to cover.
This is the last one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the last full bore / man bear pig. on the board.
I'm doing my counting right. It's 5, 10, 15, 20,
You currently have
25.
60 feet of normal movement.
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
You got to remember, you're
Damn!
hasted.
Wait,
You're hasted.
your movement is doubled.
And you have the bonus 2 AC that you don't even need. Just, you know,
And if you need to move further,
I don't know.
that
I
bonus
needed
action
it that once.
is-
that one time, maybe. But at least now you can be crit.
That one time at sailor camp when he had to make it all the way to the end of the ship before anyone noticed.
Alright. I'm going to go there, and I'm immediately going to use my bonus action to try to shove this bitch to the ground.
Happy birthday to the ground. I will preemptively roll my strength check, and it fails.
Okay, so they're on the ground, and that
They
means
are-
that
Yes.
I have 4 attacks to...
You
Full
have
advantage here?
You have advantage. You are salivating. That is a hit for 8. Hit for 7, and thus ends the final blow dealt to the last man-bear-pig in existence. More or less on this board. So there you have it.
Good job, guys. High fives all around.
Go team! Go team!
Now, good paralyzed for a moment from the haste wearing off. You can't move or act for a second.
I put my hand up and just kind of...
Alright, so having routed the people chasing after this poor little halfling gnome, there they are, kind of still on the ground in a state of semi-consciousness.
Nah, they're in the wagon.
Yes.
They're on the wagon in a state of semi-consciousness.
At least get the platform right, I beg of you.
Right. It's my bad. I was too focused on Man-Bear-Pig.
How much further do we have to go until
Gulch.
the gulch? Yes.
Probably about 3 miles.
If you'd like, I can ride ahead.
Do it. I will get in the cart and tend to the halfling gnome. I'm not quite sure which yet.
As he will give a whistle for his horse after he's sufficiently recovered from his bout of seizures and stillness.
It's time dilation.
Yep. And he'll mount up, fully geared, and slap his horse on the ass with the flat of his blade and get going.
Woof! Alright, off you go.
Holly's gonna try to butcher one of these pigs.
Okay.
You nasty. What's wrong with them? They're diseased.
You don't know if they're diseased.
They're werepigs.
So what?
They're people. It's like
They're
Soylent Green.
pigs.
They're Soylent Green. Soylent Bacon.
You don't know that if they taste like people or pigs.
Hey, you know what? All right, I'm done talking about it. Okay, you're obviously gonna just do whatever you want to fucking do, despite any warnings to the contrary. It's cool though. I love you and I respect you, and don't die.
And don't die.
See,
I have like 2 backup characters. It's fine.
in D&D,
Oh my god.
that's how you roll.
Don't leave me.
You do what you want to do.
Remember,
Get over here, John.
About the taste of
Get over here. All right,
I'm not sure he could have made bigger bedroom eyes at you through the camera.
I mean, he could have.
I'm not going to. My wife's here.
All right, so Holly gets her Soylent. We'll call it Soylent Bacon, and it's just the same as any old slab of meat. It just tastes like meat. It's not even gamey. And the rest of you effectively rally around the cart at this point, minus Azzy, and kind of check in on our little friend here. You're able to assess that they simply are beyond exhausted, apparently running for their life for some unforetold amount of distance. You couldn't even tell if they were originally heading in the direction they were running towards you or if they were coming from somewhere else. It's kind of all rough, unless you want to go try to do some range finding and try to track out where they came from, but that may not be the easiest at this current state.
Since we've dealt with Werekin before, Junie, how close to the full moon are we?
Maybe a little past halfway in the lunar shift.
Okay.
So you've still got a fair little bit.
And the only reason I asked is because you said it looks like he'd been bit.
Right.
Gonna have to put him down.
Not necessarily.
You can't really be sure if any of the wounds that are on them are directly bites. Most of them appear to just kind of be like scratches and nicks and everything else. But
yeah. I'm just asking
there's
that.
potential.
I'm basically going to be cleaning up his wounds and stitching them, and then once we get to the gulch, I do want to try and take another look to make sure he wasn't bit or something like that. The way that the disease could be transferred, or the curse, rather.
Fair enough.
But for now, I'm just tending to his wounds because he's exhausted, and this is the best time to deal with it, because then he can't yelp in pain and tell me to stop.
Alright, fair enough. So, I assume you folk among the wagon, are you going to head out and continue towards the gulch while attending to things, or are you going to... Okay.
Yeah, as he's just ahead, but we'll give him some time so that he can kind of get ahead, and then we'll slowly go after him towards it.
Okay.
Because if he finds anything, I'm sure he will come right back and not be stupid heroic.
Zen?
Yeah. He will not be Zen and be stupid heroic.
Very well. Alright, so you continue along on your way, and Azzy, ahead of you by, however many yards, give or take, with a slight pace increase, arrives first at the gulch. So I will put Azzy over here, and everyone else can go hang out over here for a second, coming in late. But upon arrival at the gulch, you see a scene in front of you. There is a cliff wall, let's call it. Actually, you know what? Let me read the description. It'll probably be easier to just read this. Okay, so...
Stick to the script.
Right, stick to the script. All right, so... A fast-moving stream crashes down the gulch. Tiers of rock ascend some 70 feet to the cliff tops above, and two stone pillars 50 feet above the gulch floor are connected by a stone archway that spans the middle of the gulch. A crumpled gnome figure rests at the center of that arch. Near the rear of the gulch, a large glowing purple moonstone is carved into the form of a dwarf, standing atop a rocky ledge. Glowing purple runes etched into the ground and walls of the gulch encircle the moonstone. Another gnomish figure rests, unmoving, with his back against the moonstone. About the area of this moonstone, you find visible bits of bone and armor, weapons scattered all about. And I just realized that the runestones are not turned on. Oh, that wasn't the right one.
I mean, is anything turned on? Because I'm seeing a gigantic black square.
Yeah, hold on.
You might have to reload, because I see it perfectly fine.
I have to fix vision, I think, for people, because that might be the problem.
I just hit refresh. We'll see what happens.
Where did my runes go? This is going to look weird for a second. I'm moving the map. So.
Oh my god, the earth is moving!
There they are. layer. Bring back to the surface. Thank you. And snap. There it goes. Alright. Much better. Now you can see a cool little ring of runes etched into the ground and the walls. Alright.
Nope.
Layer. Token layer. Oops. Undo. Sorry. I'm failing because I'm realizing my map cursor is on the wrong layer right now. It's on the map layer still, and I keep moving the map. Alright, switch back to objects layer.
Not the map, not the map.
Fix vision. Dynamic lighting. Fix. Save settings. And go here. Alright, is that fixed now? Are you able to now see anything?
Should I refresh again?
Yeah, try it.
Give me vision. Nope.
Still nothing. Daylight mode. Let's turn that on. How about now?
Yes.
Hallelujah. Alright, so just had to turn on daylight mode, which is fine. Apparently they turned off lighting and completely on this map, so.
That is very strange.
Cool. Okay. Whatever. Anyways, so you come upon the Gulch Azzy. You see the scene in front of you. You see a crumpled gnomish body on the archway. You see another gnome by this dwarven runestone etched statue, and he's kind of just slumped next to it. And you see what appeared to be fragments of weapons and armor and bone and bits of that around the area by where the dwarven statue and this gnome resting against it are.
And so how high up are we?
So at the base where you are, you see in the left. Oh, the fucking height markers are hidden. God damn it. Let me do this. There it is. Layer. 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 See, it's so funny to me because, like, when I see this in the GM mode, like, I see all these things that are, like, half visible, and I'm like, oh, that's handy. They tell me, like, the distances and stuff and how high things are. That's cool. That's really handy of them to do. And then I completely forget that you guys can't see that.
We don't have your special eyes.
So
Okay.
using the stream as a basis in the Gulch, you are plus 70 feet from the bottom where their stream is on a ridge of the basin. The slopes of the walls as you end the ridge then begin to come down like this, but are, very uneven and jagged rock face. Basically, like they were hewn stone that then gave way and crumbled, so the edges are kind of all broken up all weirdly and roughly.
And there's nothing else around us. Like nothing on the other side of the gorge here. The two towers are they're at a lower elevation than us. They're only 50 feet.
Correct.
And this dwarf statue is what, 20 feet?
The dwarf statue, dwarf statue is the 20-foot height, which is similar to the height of the area around on the opposite side as well, where the trees are. It's all kind of like 20 foot within that inner ring of the basin, and then it's an additional 20-foot slide down from that edge to reach the water.
Okay. I could probably climb it.
You could,
but
it would require strength checks though.
Really
Regardless of climbing equipment, it requires strength check.
Yeah.
I could use Featherfall and we just jump.
Well, it's more about getting over to our gnome friend on the island there. I don't want to fuck with the dwarven statue yet, just because I don't know what happens when I get close to the runes. There doesn't seem to be anything protecting that possibly unconscious, possibly just a corpse gnome over there. So he should be first, I feel. And as the group comes up behind me, I'll point out the gnomes and the statues, and I'll ask Argo if she has any idea what the statue is.
Would I have any idea what the statue is? I don't know if I'd have a clear look to try and do any kind of investigation on it from this high up.
So go ahead, get an investigation.
Okay.
Okay, there's dead gnomes. Got it.
Well, they're, I mean, potentially dead. Not confirmed kills.
Oh, you have elevation markers. That's lovely.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's actually really helpful for someone like me.
Now you have them too. Alright, so with your investigation check, let me just do the math against the information I have here. 1 second. Okay, so investigating the statue. You can tell that it is a dwarven statue. Appears to be the visage or the, I guess, embodiment of a statue carved in the image of Dumathoin. Sorry. The dwarven god that we mentioned before of mining under the earth, digging, and the safety and travel to the afterlife. If you want to try to learn anything more about it, you can try to see if you know anything more about religion or magical items in regards to it.
Yeah, I'll try and look more into the magical side since I have more experience there, I think.
Okay. And I just have to check something on your sheet really quickly here. Okay. Alright, so reviewing what you may or may not know about this particular statue, you can, as best as you are able to discern, tell that this is in fact a statue to Dumathoin. Cool. You can't really tell anything different about it. You have some understanding of Dumathoin, what they're about, but you don't
Dwarves are weird.
you don't quite understand anything else that's going on with it and the runes that are kind of doing the dance around it.
It's a statue of Dumathoin. He's some kind of dwarven god of mining, the afterlife. I'm not particularly experienced with dwarven gods.
Is Dumathoin good?
I mean, yes.
I
would say it's more relative. It's probably more of a neutral god or neutral deity, where their particular focus is simply about the profitability and or the nature of mining. The bounty, or let's call it, that they could potentially provide in luck, and the safety of traveling to the underlife. I feel like inhabits or exhibits some level of good in terms of caring for people.
So I feel like it's safe to assume then that that gnome is quite possibly the safest among us at this point, being warded next to that statue by these runes. Are these runes in a language that I recognize? Are they Elvish? Are they...
So as you look at the runes and try to track them and pay attention to what they say, you notice that they actually are moving. So like the runish symbols on the ground, or they're splayed out in the ring, are moving. So you can't really tell what it says because the letters change.
Excellent. Well, that being said, I'll turn over to Nokris and Harper, are you back?
Yes. Yeah, Harper. Just
Yes,
type-
I'm
just
here.
type that
I
back.
just typed that I'm back.
Okay. I noticed that you levitated or were flying back at our last battle. Would it be difficult for you to traverse the distance to the gnome on the tower over there?
It wouldn't be difficult per se, just tricky.
Okay.
The magics
Well-
only allow me to move up and down. So I would need
So-
something to guide me across.
Stand on my shoulders? Question mark.
Um,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't hit me. Everybody always wants to hit me.
well, if we could get some sort of line across the way, I could easily use the line as a guide.
You guys know I can fly, right?
I try not to ask you to do anything anymore because I know you hate me.
Yes,
But-
this is a good observation.
That being said, now that
Shade.
you've piped up about it, how about you spread those beautiful wings of yours?
Not
and,
it!
Yes.
Don't hit me.
Argo was asking, but
What is
Quick
it,
question.
Molly?
What's the... Can I just measure... If I measure out the distance on the map from my position here to across there, can I still, like, in terms of game statistics, count that 50 feet?
Yeah, you can gauge that in terms of like your character's ability to, distance or wayfind. You can
Okay,
gauge the
cool.
amount
Give me just a second
yeah.
before we do anything crazy,
Mhm.
because,
Well, hold on. Yours is the realm of death, yes?
something like that.
Well, from what our wonderful, beautiful elven friend here has said, Dumathoin has something to do with death. Maybe you know more than she does. If you'd care to take a look and put your skills towards that, while we have somebody who doesn't have to levitate and possibly fall, I don't know, 70 feet down to their deaths.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't necessarily need to levitate across the way. And then Blackone immediately casts Far Step and just goes and teleports over to the tower where that gnome is.
Okay, so as you are now in the process of teleporting across,
Bye-bye!
let me get a couple things in motion here. First and foremost, you got to clear that from prior combat.
Oh shit, my bad, guys.
Round 2.
Good thing it's a concentration
Oh.
spell.
So
Oh,
there are
Oh.
a couple of these lovelies.
Oh,
let's see,
no.
did they show up correctly? It did. Very nice.
Oh,
These
no.
are called bone claws.
You pissed something off real big.
They were lying in wait in the valley. And when they noticed that you were attempting to enter the gulch, they sprang into action.
Well, you definitely got there.
But the real question is, are they 30 feet tall if they're already standing on a 20-foot elevation thing? Because I'm 50 feet up. If I'm correct, yes. Like, this is the point where I'm going to. This area here, which is 50 feet up. If this is 20 feet up, so there's a 30-foot difference between the two in height.
You just hold on a moment, and I will explain to you how this is going to play out.
oh no!
Oh, shit, they can climb. Or they can fly. This is
Or
bad,
they
guys.
cancel magic.
So they have rolled. All right, good. Go ahead and roll your guys' initiatives.
Sweet. This is bad. Do I need to roll another character? I mean, I've got a couple more in my ideas.
Hey, John, I
Hey,
forgot to
yeah.
click my icon, but
Okay.
I did roll.
I'll add it for you.
I rolled as well. Why is mine not showing up?
Yes.
fix
Your
these
dexterity's so
rolls.
low that you didn't even roll the die correctly.
God,
Turn.
there's no history of it. That's what's confusing me.
Okay. Yeah, your roll just isn't there.
Okay.
So
Try this again.
yeah, just try it again. I don't know. Oh,
There we
it worked
go.
that time.
There we go. Same number, so you're good.
Oh, what?
Fair enough. All right, perfect. All right, I will sort the list.
I have a -1 for my initiative. I'm not graceful here.
All right, I'm gonna move my turn order.
Might be
sheets to
silver
the other
tongues, but
side.
graceful, no.
All right, so
Don't ask me to dance, please.
Blackwind, doing your teleportation maneuver with Misty Step or Far Step, you successfully initiate your move and land on the opposite side over here on the column.
Yay!
However, the Bone Claws now spring into action, and because they were lying in wait, their first order of business is a move called Shadow Jump,
Oh no.
which if they are in dim light or darkness or hiding, which they were in the trees hiding in wait,
Yeah.
they get to choose an area within 60 feet, and everything within 5 feet has to make a DC Constitution save, or take 5d12 plus 2 necrotic damage, and then they get to teleport to that location that's in open space. So basically, it's kind of like a teleportation explosion of necrotic damage, sort of.
Like Thunderstep.
Yeah.
They're ripping the shadows and then stepping into the tear. Got it.
Right.
Yup.
So
Fun.
this one here in the front is going to attempt to come on over here. So
Large creatures, I take it?
How long has it been since we've
They
been
are,
since our last engagement?
the distance
Time-wise.
of traveling 3 miles, so enough to have anything that's probably like,
Okay, so more than an hour. Got it.
yeah, I would say probably a little longer.
Damn.
So I need Azzy and Argo to make a Constitution save for me, please.
Oh, man.
Okay, you both passed, so you, I believe, only take half the damage if I'm reading that correctly.
And if it's necrotic,
Or-
I take half again.
Or take damage. So basically, you get to take no damage, which is pretty nice, all things considered. And then
Oh, it's a saber die mechanic.
Right. And then whoosh, Mr. Bone Claw number 1 is now in action. Numero dos is going to go. Okay. He is going to be doing his little shadow step right here. So I need a roll from Holly and from Nokris, please, for Constitution save.
Oh boy.
And then he's going to go whoosh.
At least Blackwind will be safe.
And
Yay.
Alright, so Holly succeeds. Nokris gets to feel the burn, so to speak.
gonna hurt a little bit.
So-
It's going to be 38 points of necrotic.
Owie. Okay.
So, just so that we're all on the same page here, an hour constitutes a short rest, if I'm reading it correctly.
Mhm.
Are we applying that, or
That's if you
we're
would have taken the time to do it rather than heading forward.
Right. You would only
Okay.
get the rest if you actively were resting. If you're doing something
Okay.
else like traveling, riding, or whatever, like
It does not count.
you can get a short rest if you're riding along in something and not actively doing anything. But if you're
Oh, like Blackwind in a wagon.
but if you're riding a steed or something else, you don't get to rest.
just trying to make sure?
They kind of
Thank
like say you're going to use that time to take a short rest.
Right. You got to tell me that you're going to use the rest time.
Oh.
sure.
But that just makes a huge difference for me because that tells me if I have superiority dice or not,
Right.
Yes.
So. which I do not.
Your superiority dice. What? No. Excuse you. No. I am a warlock. Short rest is everything.
Okay. That being said,
look like my arcana cover.
That being said, the Bone Claws have pounced. Holly, you get to lead us off in vicious barbarian rage.
Yep, I'm a rage.
Roar.
And then I'm gonna move. Gonna move my turn order bar. That'd be great.
Yeah, I had to
I'm
move
not
mine
gonna
out of-
move because I
had to
didn't
move
see
mine
that
out of the
coming.
way. Yeah, the lower left is a little busy.
I'm gonna scoot. If I scoot here, that doesn't give me flanking with Nokris, does it?
Mm-mm.
Damn.
You'd have to be you have to be true opposites. So you'd basically like if you were direct, if Nokris was here, or if he was here, I would consider giving it to you.
Okay.
But if he's on the right hand side flank, you'd have to be on the left hand side flank.
All right, that's fine. I will. Do I want to risk that? Yeah, I'll risk it. We're gonna do 2 reckless attacks against this guy.
So let's see. Does that already have the negative to your roll, or does it not have it applied?
Negative? What do you mean?
Well, doesn't reckless give you a negative to hit or something for the?
No, it gives me advantage on hits, but
they
I also get
advantage.
advantage getting hit.
Gotcha. So the
Correct.
16 is a hit for your 13 plus 3 for raging. So you give the Bone Claw a little clanking. Where's his stat block?
But he's immune to melee weapons.
Shut up. Get out.
Nope. He does actually take damage. Okay,
Right
so
over there, little wizard. As soon as I die, they're coming for you.
so 16. So
16 and 8.
okay, and 8 is okay.
That's it. I stay here.
Okay. Blackwind, you are up. You are now
Okay.
the sole
Yeah.
proprietress. You're the sole proprietress of a stone archway.
All right. I'm sharing it with a dead person, which is not a problem for me. I can talk to them.
You don't know
We don't know they're dead.
Well, I mean, even if they're close to death, I have spare the dying, so not a problem. But, how do I want to solve this problem? I have lots of things that I don't think are going to work on these things. Damn. So, oh, wait, I've got a great idea. I will drop concentration on Far Step, and then what is my range to that one? Ha 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 ha! You don't want to see a warlock make that face because I'm casting Banishment, DC 20.
All right. So what is it? What is his save against that now? Charisma.
Yes. Charisma saving throw, DC 20, or be banished to another plane of existence.
All right. Charisma rolling. 7. So they are sent to another realm.
Yeah, for an hour, I think, right?
Let me pull that back up.
I think for an hour or until you decide to pull them back.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay, so for a minute.
It will appear in the exact same space, though,
Yep.
when it comes back.
Okay. That's
Okay.
at least buying time.
Yep. So
Unless it's from another plane, then it's gone forever. She doesn't drop the concentration.
I will. I'll make a mark of danger.
1 minute is how many rounds?
10.
It's 10 rounds.
10, yeah.
They used to make it different and weird, and then eventually they were like, you know what? Let's just make it 6 minutes or whatever the case, 6 seconds per round.
Yeah. I think back in second edition it was like 1 minute per round.
Yeah,
Effectively.
it was
It
awkward.
was absurd.
It made math really terrible for figuring out how many rounds before something like that book expires.
But yeah, Thaco. Anyways, next person.
Yep. So Azzy, you are up as our second Bone Claw is currently in another dimension, just having the time of his life.
That's 25, right?
Yeah, if you move directly to it from the start, you can get there.
15, 20, 25.
Yep.
Give myself advantage.
Yeah.
Alright,
I would have given it to you in the other position too, but that's all the same.
Okay. Well, if it doesn't matter to you, I'd like to stay closer to Nokris because that also allows me to utilize my reaction.
That's fair. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Let's see here. Where's my bonus action? Make sure I can do this. Alright, I'm going to assume that I can't because it's not telling me that I can use it on a large creature. So,
What is it?
You trying to do shove?
Shield Master. Yeah, Shield Master Shove.
No, it would be like you run up against like a stone giant and try to like bump him in the leg to get him to fall over, and he's just like, what the fuck?
You're underestimating my strength.
You're underestimating his size.
Okay. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and attack 3 times.
Okay.
So a 27,
Is a hit.
25,
Oops, hold on, I gotta change my cursor. 25 is a hit.
still standing, I take it, for after 21 points of damage.
You could say that.
And a 19 for another 9. So a total of 30 points of damage.
So 30 total against him. Okay.
And let's see, what else can I do? Can I do anything else? Sure. I'm also going to action surge and go ahead and make 3 more attacks.
The best use of action surge.
So here's one more for another 5. I'm assuming 21 hits.
Yes.
It's 15 hit.
15 does not. 15 is a miss.
Okay.
So 5
Yeah.
additional points.
One more. 27 for 8.
Yep, 8 additional plus 5, 13.
So I think I did 43 points of damage that go around.
You think correctly.
And after that, I will assume my ready stance,
Very well.
ending my turn. Hit me, bitch!
Alright, it is now Big Boy McGillicuddy. They're going to attempt to attack Azzy. They get to attack twice with their menacing bony claws that they are such named for. First attack is a hit with a 23. Let's see.
And before Make a DC X
Okay.
check or suddenly die.
No, but I do need you to make a DC save for athletics.
Athletics.
Or your
Strength.
Dex.
X save? Are you sure? Because that's a huge fucking difference.
Yes, I am sure.
God damn it.
Poor Abby.
Okay, so you succeeded. Effectively, he came at you with the claw, with his piercing tendrils in a grip motion. You evaded being caught, but were raked by his claws for 20 piercing damage, as the little
Shit.
tender nubs got all up on you there a little bit.
Is that 20 minus the 3 from my feet for heavy armor?
No, but if you would like to minus it, then it's 17. So his second attack is a hit with a 25. It is not a crit.
Oh, thank God.
Go ahead and give me another roll, though. And you take 29 points minus 326. Okay, and he's got you in his little grubbly mitt. So basically, you are currently grappled by him with one of his hands. So he's got a hold of you.
I'm sorry, you said 29 damage?
29 piercing minus 326. So he's got his hold on you. So now, because he's got one hand occupied, he can now only attack with the other hand and hurt you with this hand while he's still got you. To break free of his claw, you basically have to have a strength or dex save that has to surpass the number to basically break free. And you get to do that on the start of your turn.
You are literally his stress ball now.
So that is the end of his turn. Argo, you're up.
The Edward Scissorhands stress ball.
Pretty much.
Holly, it's your turn to be hasted.
Oh,
Oh!
gotta go fast. Which
I love
actually
wizards.
is pretty nice because you did the reckless strike, so now you have 2 more AC to try to avoid being hit. So
Not really all that worried about being hit, considering I'm raging and I have 144 hit points.
right,
He does have
this
a
is
lot
true.
of HP.
This is true.
Yeah, but
And
now
just,
you get another attack. So you have
just
3
just
total.
basing
Which is
basing the damage rolls though, like when you're hit
Yeah.
by that piercing claw, it's 3d10 plus 4. So
That's true.
that can be a lot, and it could sometimes hit you twice maybe. So
I'll
Would've
move
killed
there and
me.
it's my turn.
3d10 plus 4 and you got a fucking 31 on me? 29, sorry?
29.
Yep.
Yep.
Ooh,
Alright, so
swinging
Argo-
for the fences, are you?
So Argo, is that the end of your turn now that you've hasted and repositioned?
Yep.
All right, Nokris, you are up.
Okay, I got damage control to do. Hang on. Okay. I am going to burn another 2 of my sorcery points.
Uh-oh.
I am going to cast my last 5th level slot, and I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. Because, ow!
Oh, you got hit by
I
that.
healed. Yeah, I did. So I heal for 24 hit points.
Yep.
Okay, that's a much more comfortable number.
Oof, that one in there.
Okay. After that, I don't like this thing, so now I'm going to attack it.
Noted. Duly noted.
Going to swing my greatsword. See, actually, before I swing, I will move.
Yep. Reposition for flanking bonus. I like it.
Yup. Okay. And then I will then swing with my greatsword with advantage. Right.
Yes. This is correct.
I just want to make sure. I'm glad I did that. 27 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, that's 13 points of slashing. I am also going to smite this thing.
Okay.
I definitely don't like them.
I don't.
Lay
blame
it
you.
on thick!
I don't blame you.
All right. For my reference for how Divine Smite works, are they undead?
They are in fact undead.
Okay.
Ooh,
So yes.
getting that paladin good.
Yep.
Been playing too much Bravely Default lately. So I'm sitting here and I'm hearing, oh, they're undead. Let's just throw some Phoenix Downs at them. It'll be
Heal
fine.
them. Heal them to death. Heal them to death.
Just cast Cure Wounds on them. It'll be fine.
Oh no, don't worry.
So
It's like a
I'm taking
Unalesca fight.
34 points of radiant damage on top of my 13 for 47.
Yes.
I'm going to attack again for my last swing.
Okay.
22 to hit.
It's a hit.
Okay. Same verse, different chorus. I'm going to use my last 4th level slot to Divine Smite this one as well. For an additional 45 points of damage.
Okay. Plus 30 is what I'm saying because you had 15 slashing and 30 radiant.
Yep.
Okay.
Plus
I
30 puts
just
it
wanna
at
make sure.
45.
Yeah, I just want
Yep.
to make sure I was calculating it right. Okay.
Correct.
You can see visibly that it is not doing great anymore.
It's still
Doing great 5 seconds ago.
It was better 5 minutes ago.
All
Alright,
That
so
is my turn.
Holly, it is your turn. And for the banishment, 1 round has expired. Not that I think it's going to matter all that much, but there we go.
No, if there were 2, it would be a lot more shitty.
I'm gonna whack it.
Whack.
Holy, please kill this thing.
Yeah, because you get the 3rd attack now. Alright, so 25 is a hit. 14 plus 3 is 17. It is still standing. 24 is a hit. 5 plus 3, 8. Still standing. 25 for 9. You chunk him into the ground. like the big honking bitch that he is.
I want to like smack one of his hands with my axe and just shatter it.
Okay. So you...
Yeah, how about the one that's holding me?
Yeah, so I was going to say, so as he being gripped in one, and you basically hack it at like the knuckle, and it basically just explodes, and as he falls out of the hand, and is freed of its grubby, slashy, punctury paws.
I just lay there.
I just lay there.
Cool. Yeah, it's nice.
I just kind of lean against my axe for a minute. Like I put the head down on the ground and lean against the pole of it, like kind of panting a little bit because that's a lot of work, heaving that axe around and 3 times. I just kind of look at him and go, "You're welcome."
Yeah, fuck you. If it was up to you, I'd be dead.
No, both of you. Blackwind, what'd you do?
Quickly, get in position. It will return soon as you see a little like bead of blood like slowly drop out of her nose.
Oh, Hawk Sabros.
I guess I still have the ability to move, right?
Yes. Yeah, at this point, I mean, because it's kind of in this like hybrid battle sequence of not actually being in combat, like you still have the effective time remaining. But it's going to pop back into existence shortly. So you have, let's call it 45 seconds to basically reposition and or figure out what you're doing before it goes boop back into existence.
As he drinks a potion.
Okay.
Smart move.
As I'm stepping over Azzy, or past Azzy rather,
Away from me.
I do want to smack him in the forehead with a fucking Cure Wounds. Level 1. That's all I have.
Roll for your attack.
Just should have had a V8.
Yes,
I'm a prepper to disintegrate for when it shows up.
Look at that. 9 points of healing.
You ally. You don't get a choice.
You just
I mean,
got
you do.
you just
don't.
got televangelist right in the forehead. You were like, dispel the demons, and you were like, oh, 9 points of damage, healed back. Wow.
Can I,
Spell
can,
the demons.
can I channel spells like through other parts of my body? Can I just like kick them in the ribs and heal them?
I mean, theoretically, it's a touch, so I don't see why you couldn't.
Roll to attack, bitch.
Technically, you can.
With advantage, because I'm still prone.
Anywho, so you successfully healed him back for 9. I assume everyone is going to take some form of positioning, potentially in preparation for the re-arrival of this thing.
Mhm.
So I will give you a moment to position yourselves.
Yeah, I will move here, and as I'm moving there, I will chug a potion of greater healing that I happen to have.
Okay.
And
Blackwind
heal
does
for an additional
absolutely nothing.
16.
God damn it.
Ooh, night up close and personal.
And that goes,
See you.
Oh snap. Alright, so it returns from the oblivion that it was sent to. And you know what? I will not even reset combat order because it's actually perfectly in combat order alignment. So how about that? Wasn't that cool, guys? That was cool. So Holly, you get to go ahead because you're waiting for its arrival.
And you should still have haste since that was cast after the banishment.
Fuck yeah!
At least for a round or so.
And I am flanking, so that's awesome. Where's my axe? There it is.
Where's my axe?
my ox.
In the stable. 25 is a hit for 8 plus 3 is 11. 23 is a hit for 15.
Plus 3.
Well, 15, yep.
Okay.
And then 26 is a hit for 16. So 16, 15, 31 plus 11, 42.
Good job, Barbarian Kitty.
Woo!
Okay.
Unga.
That's it. I stay here.
Okay. Blackwind over on the archway. I think you're muted.
You see the little red light? Okay, now you don't. Anyways, how do I want to do this? Well, I'm not concentrating on banishment anymore.
No, you are free to concentrate yet again.
I don't really want to. That thing's big and scary.
I'm going
Undead
to.
don't like me anyways, so like they don't even
You'll be
approach.
fine.
So allow me to do my best nerdy warlock impression. Eldritch Blast.
All right.
All right, let's start with the first one because it's technically 3 different beams. So first one, what we got?
That is a miss.
Remember, these are +2 on the attack roll.
Yep.
So because fucking
'Cause of your rod.
VTT, yeah.
So that one's 29 a hit, which is a hit for 7.
Is that adding in the? Oh wow, that is adding in the 5 already. Jeez.
Yep.
And the last one.
25 is a hit for 12. So 12 and
Yes.
7, necrotic. Is it necrotic or just force? No,
Force. It's just force damage.
I can never remember. There is something that modifies it to be necrotic too, right? I swear that's a thing.
If I had
It's
taken
one of the feats or something, right?
Yeah, it's
Or
one of the
pacts.
evocations she could have taken.
All right, so
Yeah.
19 force damage.
Though I don't honestly know why she would have changed it to necrotic,
Yeah,
to be honest.
that would be silly in most cases.
Now remember, my patron is the undying, not the undead. Remember, because we
Correct.
talked because the undead patron is way OP right now.
Correct.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's crazy OP.
All right. Is that the end of your turn after you Eldritch Volleys?
Let's see, I cast a cantrip, which means I could theoretically cast a spell as a bonus action if I have something I could do. I'm double checking to make sure that I don't. I don't think I do have anything. Give me one more second. Spells list, because I got to go through spells and features. Yay, Warlock. Well then.
So just be careful with your spell slot. So I think that's your last one at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, for the moment. Yeah, I'll conserve my last spell slot. Next person.
Okay. All right, so the old Bone Claw gets to make his first action of the whole combat. He's going to attempt to attack Azzy.
Bonesaw's ready.
Bonesaw. All right, so
I love how memeable that scene became.
he comes in for the big old miss. Didn't get you. Tries round 2 and hits you. Go ahead and give me a dex save, please. You successfully evaded the clutches of this bony-fingered beast, but you take 30 points of piercing damage. It's better that he had his mic up so it was muted to just see his visible reaction without the outrage.
Fun fact: he didn't actually say anything.
Oh,
He
perfect.
just looked like he was
It was
disgusted.
it was quiet disgust.
Nice. Excellent.
I'd be dead if I took that damage that Azzy has so far.
Yeah, these things are no joke. There's a reason why there's
The
only
reason
2 of
that
them.
I suddenly quickened a healing 5th level spell.
So, anyways, that's his turn. He's gonna just, kind of be mad at you in a weird, fashioned and undead way. And Azzy, you get to do something now. Okay, 1. Step 1, cut a hole in the box.
1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5. We don't have a box.
Do I have advantage?
Yes, I'm gonna give you advantage because you're technically flanking with Holly.
Okay. Before anything happens here, the damage dealt is partially necrotic. So does it count?
It does.
Okay. That being said, let me reread this. So it takes it deals the crit damage, and then it takes an extra 10 necrotic damage, and I also gain 10 temporary hit points. That is from the actual weapon itself, reading it.
Not construct or undead though.
Yes.
And it is undead, so you don't get the life. You can't suck blood from an undead stone.
So those statements are separate though. So it would not take the 10 damage,
when you attack,
and I wouldn't get.
When you attack a creature with this magic weapon and roll a 20 on the attack roll, the target takes an extra 10 necrotic if it isn't a construct or an undead. So it doesn't take an extra 10 damage.
Okay.
You also gain 10 temporary hit points. So you gain 10 temporary hit points, so that is allowed, that you get that. It doesn't take the bonus 10 damage, so it would just be the crit damage, if that's what you said before. So
Yes.
I apologize for correcting you on something that was not necessary to be corrected on. So it's a
So it
total
looks
of
like
15 plus 8.
23.
Yes.
Okay, and once more with feeling. Or 19 for 5. If that 19 hits.
Uh, 19 does hit.
And once more. Or another crit.
Yep, so you gain an additional 10 temporary HP. And it is 10 plus 2.
So 12.
12.
Okay. So I'm up to, and just so that we're clear, those temporary HP will stack on each other.
Correct.
Okay.
No? Okay.
No. Temporary hit points do not stack. Only the most recent instance and the highest ones that goes.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
apply, like, say, 12 temporary hit points on top of the 10, the 12 will take effect and the 10 goes away.
Okay.
So you
So I am
you
at 10.
rebuffed by your 10 yet again.
Okay. Then as a bonus action, it's literally the last thing I could do. I'm going to use a second wind.
Okay. Get it, girl.
All right. So what was that? It was 6. So. Ha! Nice. Got 69 HP.
Nice.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Alright, it is now Argo's turn. I believe you were preparing a spell.
Yeah, I'm a blast it with disintegrate. These things are getting on my nerves.
Okay. Alright, so it's got to do Dex save 17. It passed. So it takes half.
It takes nothing.
Takes nothing. Wow. Okay, well that was an all or nothing.
Disintegrate is sucker die.
Yeah, that was an
Favorite
all or
spot.
nothing shot.
Yep. Okay.
I mean,
Oh.
has +3 Dex, so
Rolled well.
Up just a little bit more than my turn.
Press F.
All right, so Nokris,
Yup.
you are up.
I'm here. Okay. So I will use a bonus action and cast Branding Smite. And I'm just going to display that really quickly. It's for up to 1 minute concentration. The next time I hit a creature with a weapon before the spell ends, the weapon gleams with astral radiance. Extra attack deals extra 2d6 radiant damage to the target, which becomes visible if it is invisible, and it sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius and can't become invisible until the spell ends. I am just casting this at 2nd level.
So you
And
basically just
then-
get the 2d6.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to attack. And I am flanking with Holly, correct?
You are.
Okay.
It's really like all Holly's good for in most situations is just taking a bunch of hits and
Didn't you
flanking.
just do like 40-something damage?
That is
Oh,
the
yourself.
most amount of damage I have done in this entire campaign as Holly. I normally
Okay.
do like 6. Okay.
Okay. I think Azzy does less damage than you do, to be honest, but.
No, because he normally hits.
But for like 5 damage, like 4 damage, unless he crits.
We outbreak even. So.
Yeah, that's with having
I
Alright,
think she sells
22.
herself short. and
22
she's
is a
just being
hit
modest.
for 9.
Alright, it's going to get smote.
It will be smote.
It's definitely going to get divine smoted right here.
Smote
with a
its
third level
ruin.
slot.
Smite me, oh mighty smiter.
for an additional 30, and then the 2d6.
Yeah, roll that 2d6 for me.
7.
7, so 37 radiant and 9 slashing. All right, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Then I will roll my attack again. My second slash or swing
Is a hit for 12
okay.
slashing.
And, yep, and then I will do another Divine Smite at 3rd level.
Okay.
For an additional 24 radiant damage.
Okay.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. I was just reading Branding Smite to make sure if there was a save, but no. It's now just got 5-foot radius of dim light and it can't go invisible.
It's the daytime, so that is probably good if it was able to go and hide again and try to do another one of its shadow jumps, but yeah, it's not doing that. It's especially not doing it because it's dead now. So so the bone claws have now been dealt with. They are now bone piles. And there you have it.
Plant my greatsword in the ground and kind of just lean on it a little bit and look over at Blackwind. Blackwind, what's the status of the gnome?
What is the status of the gnome, DM-san? What do I see in front of me?
You see a gnome. They are down on the ground. They are a gnome on the ground.
I nudge it with my foot.
What would you like to know about gnome on the ground?
I nudge it with my foot.
All right, so nudging gnome on the ground with your foot. Let's see, arch. The gnome, the female gnome currently in front of you, remains unconscious.
Huh. Do they look like they're particularly fucked up in any way? Like badly injured or anything?
I would imagine, yeah. I would say that they definitely have the signs of being roughed up a little bit.
Okay. Blackwind knows absolutely nothing about medicine and the like. She was, kind of an outcast who then decided to go work a ferry after her life took a very big turn for the worse. So she's just going to go off instinct and touch it with a little bit of Spare the Dying.
Okay.
Just a little bit of some black smoke and then go touch it right on the forehead. Anything happen?
Nope. They're still unconscious. Because as far as I'm aware, Spare the Dying is supposed to resuscitate them from the grips of death, correct?
You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points, the creature becomes stable.
Okay. They were already stable, so they are
okay.
They are in fact still stable.
They were bait.
Sitting down on the floor, on the ground, stunned. Just haste wore off. I'm real tired, guys.
I yell back across the ravine. They're alive. They're just unconscious, likely badly injured.
I can get you over there, Knocker, see if you have anything left in the tank.
Stuff left in the tank, but we also need to get the status of the one that, is by the statue. And runes. Which I will stand, I'll kind of straighten up, I'll take my greatsword out of the ground, put it back on my back, and walk over. Is this like a sheer drop, Junie, or is it like... Okay, oh, it is.
It's
so
it's got a little bit of slope to it.
But
it has a little bit of slope, but it's steep, and it's not like clean. It's kind of rough hewn and jagged.
Okay.
Let me.
Is it
So if we tied a rope to
surface?
somebody and lowered them down, it might work.
It still so the treacherous nature of the cliff walls of the gulch are such that it would require a strength check regardless of proper climbing equipment.
Oh yeah, no, I figured that. But I will. Am I able to see the runes clearly from where I am?
You can see that there are runes. but the runes appear to be
Shifting
Shifting. Okay.
constantly.
Considering it's Mitra, I would like to do a religion check to see if I can ascertain what might be going on with the statue, if possible. If it's anything of a holy bend to it.
let's see here. Go ahead and give me a roll, please.
Will do. $23.
Nope. Best you can tell is it is a statue carved out of moonstone to Dumathoin, who appeared to be a pretty swell god.
They're probably dwarvish or something.
Yeah, potentially knowing Dwarvish could be part of the battle involved with this. but-
Is
Good.
is the gnome that's leaning up against the statue in like priest attire?
Nope.
In combat attire or just regular attire?
The individual, the gnome that is resting against a statue, is in an attire befitting of one, I would call him an engineer of gnomish descent.
As they hold the rope and tie it off to me, I'm gonna go down.
Sure you don't want me to go down?
I'm the only one with real medical knowledge here, I'm pretty sure.
Get yourself.
That's
Don't touch the runes. I'd hate to be picking up your pieces.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'd hate to be trying to put my pieces back together too.
I wouldn't try. I don't even think I'd be allowed to touch them with her around.
Very nice pieces.
At
Holy
least
knows
I
where
know I'd
Elvis
be
is.
going to a good home.
Alright, so you're going to attempt to descend with the assistance of a rope tied off so
Correct.
that you are not necessarily just going to fall should you fail.
Correct.
When you are ready to proceed, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Strength or athletics?
Athletics.
Okay.
And 25. So you successfully maneuver your way down the cliff to the correct vertical tier where the statue currently exists.
Okay.
So for the sake of motion, I will maneuver you to
Yeah,
there.
Please do. Okay.
And now that you are in proximity to the swirling runes, you see them halt and take shape, seeing visible runes in front of you.
Okay. They're still just magical runes.
They are in fact magical runes.
Since I am down here and I can at least see them in front of me, I will use my divine sense just to detect if there's any actual evil within this presence, so to speak. Essentially, if the magic, I guess I'm trying to figure out if the magic itself cast was evil in some way, or to see if little gnome body is evil and is really going to try and bite me as soon as I get near it.
Nope. It all appears to be on the even or better side of the intentions.
I will then, since the runes have formed and they've kind of stopped right in front of me, correct?
Correct.
Do I have... Oh, I do have that. I'll take out one of my javelins and poke at the rune wall first before I put my hand against it.
So kind of poking
Yeah.
or jutting forward
Seeing if it's solid or not.
at the circle of runes, there is no resistance and your javelin passes through.
Okay, I'll stick that back, and then I will start to push my hand towards them, see if there's any resistance or anything that, you know, suddenly cuts off my hand or something.
Not
There's-
crickets.
So as you reach your hand through past the runes, you do not feel any resistance, and you can tell that your hand is in fact still in one piece.
Okay. Okay, in that case then I will maneuver the rest of my body through there and start to make my way down towards the gnome themselves.
Okay. All right. So, let me make sure I do all this correctly here.
I'm gonna rip you back to me if something stupid happens.
Okay. I'm counting on it.
First thing happens, the rope just disintegrates.
It's magic rope if I remember correctly, so I hope not.
It is. It's a rope of climbing. I really hope that doesn't disintegrate, man. This rope of climbing has served us well.
Ollie's still after that rope.
Okay. So, as you cross the threshold
Get off me.
and begin to now enter into the circle,
Roll for initiative.
a ghostly figure effectively kind of steps out from the statue.
Oh, I hope they are good or at least lawful in some nature.
And it's the visible markings you can tell in the ghostly apparition of a dwarven female who kind of
Okay.
sizes up the situation, looking around. And as you have crossed and entered into the ring,
Mhm.
the piles of bones and fragments of weapons and armor begin to coalesce and reanimate.
Oh boy.
And you are now chilling in a ring with a pack of sword wraiths.
I pull him
And
back.
So you go ahead and give him a yank, and you pull him back, and I will begin combat. And in the sake of time, I will probably say we will continue next week with this combat, because otherwise we'll probably be here for another 2 hours and everyone will hate me.
God damn, John.
Hey, it's not my fault.
Wait, that's
if we were
not
shooting
fair.
for 3 in one night.
I rolled a 21 first, and then it only took the 8.
Yeah, I don't.
Is
Well, it's
it
because it
auto-
overwrote the second roll. Overwrites the first one. So I'll update it.
I
Let's
don't want
see
you
here.
going first. I'm sorry.
I went first.
I want to go
Uh-huh.
first.
Initiative. And then,
I've only got a couple more hastes in me for the day.
I was gonna say Holly's going first. I don't know what y'all are thinking about. She got 21.
Initiative. Initiative.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to stay up all night because I got a hair appointment at like 9:15 in the
Yeah,
morning.
I'm gauging how much is left from where we're at right now with what time it
Yeah.
is, and I'm like, if we try to push through this combat, we'll end in like an hour, and then it'll be like an abrupt, okay, like everybody go to bed, like we don't know what the fuck just happened. So I was like, let's avoid that. So there's that, and I have to do.
I assume we will
this.
to Nazgul, so that'll be cool. With all these sword race things going on.
And the other showstopper.
Oh Jesus.
What does that say?
So the statue animates and comes to life. It looks a lot bigger than it actually probably is in comparison. However, we have an active statue. Got to roll its initiative off of its stat block, so I'll get it on the list.
I sure love being like 50 feet in the air away from these things.
Okay, that is on the list.
I can do so much to help.
Sort. Okay, well there we are. Some shit
You'll
just
have to
happened.
change- You'll have to change Holly's still.
Yes, yeah. Before I forget. 21.12.
You Slipknot.
Boom. There we go.
So
Back
she
to
earned
the
that.
top. Back to the top with her. All right, so that is where we'll hold for next time. We have now entered the Ring of Runes. A ghost assessed the situation. Some shit just went down. And now there is a fuck ton of activity going on inside that ring.
I like how it didn't even say anything to me. It just looked me over and was like, fuck you. Just fuck you in particular.
You, don't worry.
We'll go over all that stuff next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Alright, jeez, wow.